Zambia is awaiting the outcome of a closely watched presidential election, with President Hakainde Hichilema seeking a second term. The election comes against the backdrop of economic pressures, the high cost of living, Zambia's debt challenges, as well as the growing importance of its copper and critical mineral sector. The vote has also raised questions about the strength of Zambia's democratic institutions after incidents involving election officials and ballot papers disrupted the counting process. For the region, the outcome matters. Zambia is an important member of SADC and also a major copper producer at a time when global demand for critical minerals is rising. For more on the story, we're joined by Dr Tendai Mbanje, who is with the University of Pretoria's governance and election expert. Doc, good to have you on the program this afternoon. Firstly, how would you characterize the mood in Zambia as the country awaits for the election results? What are you tracking from there?
Thank you so much. I think from what I've been gathering, the several phone calls and messages that I've exchanged with counterparts in Zambia, the country is very tense. The situation is highly tense. It's tense in the sense that I think the actions of yesterday, where the Electoral Commission of Zambia suspended temporarily the counting, it was not received well. And also leading to that, there were several issues that caused discontentment among the Zambian citizens, particularly towards the election. There was enactment of legislation that changed a lot in the electoral landscape. The opposition faced immense challenges in terms of their rallies getting granted permissions by the police, clearing them to hold rallies and so forth. So there was a sentiment that the playing field was not level, and leading to the election, and the polling day went well, but few incidents of violence in selected constituencies, and that led to the Electoral Commission of Zambia to partially suspend the counting. That was not received well. So the country is tense.
Yeah, the country is tense from what you gather, but President Hakainde Hichilema came into power back in 2021, and this also came at a time of promising economic transformation in the nation as well. What is his strongest claim for a second term now?
Well, I mean, he has done well in terms of the economy. He has managed to address Zambia's sovereign debt, which was in a bad state when he took office. He inherited a broken economic system. That is, he's given credit. And then he has also managed to attract investors. He has done well in that. And he has also managed to restore strength of the Zambian kwacha as competing fairly on global market as a very strong currency. As of 2025, it was one of the performing currencies. He has done so well. But his economic policies has not actually simmered to the grassroots. The ordinary Zambians are suffering. Food prices are high. They can't afford electricity. They can't afford basic necessities of life. So that has pinched his campaign for second term. So when long-term economic policies are strong and yet short-term economic policies are very weak, such that there is no cushion for citizens, that he has worked against his favor. But most importantly, I think shrinking political rights and the shrinking civic space, he has not changed much from his predecessor, which has been seen as a weakness in his governing term. So, and also not having intolerance towards dissenting views. That has also worked against his bid for second term. So Zambians are feeling the pinch of economically ordinary Zambians, and also there's a desire to return to an open civic and political space.
Dr. Tendai Mbanje, let me thank you for your time. Of course, as Zambia awaits the official outcome, this election is about more than who occupies State House. It is also a test of the country's democratic institutions, the credibility of its electoral process, and whether economic recovery can really translate into meaningful improvements in the lives of ordinary Zambians, as you've heard their perspective coming from the doctor there.